Throne and Liberty is getting closer to its launch, and I have 100+ hours in this game, so I was hoping to give you guys some beginner tips and tricks to make your adventure a little bit easier. So let's jump right into it. So tip number one, what I want you guys to do when you guys get into the game ASAP is if you click on the main menu and you go edit your HUD, I want you guys to be, you guys can customize your HUD like you want, and it's very useful to do this thing very early on to probably put like boss enemy names near your HP bar. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, you can just change up everything, so it will make like your life way easier to just do it at the start, so you get used to it very early on. So that's the first thing I would do if I would get into Throne of Liberty, is change it, customize your HUD like you like it, like you prefer. It will like make your life easier. Second is, in this game when you roam around, you will be fighting a lot of mobs and be losing a lot of HP and mana while farming, right? So what you guys want to do is at the map, you will see you have these campfires everywhere. So you have like campfire, bonfire here, different bonfires. So when you're farming mobs, there's always like a bonfire in your area. Like right here, if you look at the map right here, if you go to the bonfire, you light it up, it's free. This is completely free, it doesn't take anything, it just takes a little bit of time. You go to the bonfire, you can regenerate your HP and mana, and it will help you guys a lot on your journey when leveling up, because some of the quests gets very hard, and usually at the start of the game you struggle with your mana too, so you want to be able to regen your mana and HP very quickly. So make sure you utilize these campfires around the map. And then number three, you guys have to remember that each class has a block. So your Q skill, which will be this skill right here, is your block. Basically like other games where you dodge, in this game you block or parry or whatever you want to call it. And like this skill has this kind of block. If I switch my weapon, you know, each class has a block, so make sure you guys are using that. It's very easy to see when you need to block. Each mob or a monster will have like a purple circle, and when the purple circle is happening, they're doing like a big attack, and you can block it or parry it. And when you parry it, your depending on what weapons you're using, each parry does something different. So right now I have this one, it says defense against attack, and then I can switch it to this one. This is another like block. This is the dagger block. So if I put the dagger block on, you can only equip one at a time, of course. Put the dagger block on, it basically has like a small dash or a small like evade. So each block and parry is different, but you must want to be using it, so watch out for it when you're fighting monsters. Next up is something called World Tree Leaf. Now this leaf right here, you can buy it from every NPC, every place, and this basically you want to have it equipped right here. So you see you'll have a pet, you want to have this equipped at the pet, because this thing regenerates your mana and HP out of combat very quickly. If you don't have it, you're gonna have a hard time regenerating HP. So when you don't have a campfire close to you, this is very good to have. So usually I just stack these, like thousands of them, in my bag if I have the bag space, but always keep using them. They will regenerate your HP and your mana while you're questing or fighting monsters. A very good thing to have. Next up, tip number 5 is join a guild, guys. Make sure you guys join a guild. As you guys can see here, I have not joined a guild yet, but I'm on my new character. But if you just this is the guild tab, you join a guild, because if you guys join a guild, let's see, I joined this guild right here. When you join a guild, you get a lot of benefits. Okay, they have guild raids, they have rewards, so they have guild contracts that always happen where the guild contributes, and you get random rewards, which will be materials, like solent, a lot of good stuff. And you also have a guild bank, so joining a guild early on is very important, so you guys don't miss out on stuff, because eventually you will have like guild XP that they can activate. It's like XP bonus while you're farming. So a lot of good stuff comes from the guild, and guilds are very important. So join a guild early on. If you don't know what guild to join later on, it's fine, you can join a different guild, but at the start when you're leveling, very important to be in a guild so you guys get all the bonuses and rewards while being in a guild, right? So good thing. Now number 6, you guys have to remember, when you die in this game, either it's in PvP or it's in PvE, you will lose. Let me show you guys. Okay, if I jump down here, I should die. There we go. Now when I die, let's see here. Right now it doesn't show me when you get to the higher levels. When you die, you start losing EXP. So when you're leveling, right, your EXP will be very important. And then what you want to remember is if you die, you want to go to the priestess. She's in several different towns. You talk to her and you can restore EXP. You see here, I have died a lot before and I can restore this. So you have 3 restorations a day, 3 of them. So make sure you use those 3. The rest cost gold. So if I use a restoration, I get EXP back. And then I can use Solent or the gold to get EXP. And eventually, if you guys get too many, you don't only lose a lot of EXP, you also will start getting debuffs, like damage reduction debuffs if you have like over 20 and stuff. So make sure you guys use this. If you're like missing out on EXP, a little XP before you can do the next main quest, right? Make sure you guys check out Priest. Maybe you have died and there's EXP for you waiting in there. So pay her and get those EXP, because it's a little bit XP, 5%. It becomes a lot when you start getting to like level 40, level 30. So make sure you guys do that. Next up is keep an eye out on the on this thing right here, the top right. You have the weather system. It will tell you daytime, it will tell you nighttime. It will say, yo, this is clear wind, it's nighttime, it's about to hit nighttime. So make sure you guys do that, because during daytime there's gonna be later on, there's gonna be quests that will require you to find monsters during nighttime. There'll be some quests that's going to be telling you to find monsters during daytime, during rainy weather. So keep an eye out on it. See if you have some quests. If I have some quests that that asks me to be ready during daytime, I can see at the time that you see the purple right here, that's the nighttime, and then the white is the daytime. So keep an eye out on the weather system. It will help you guys out a bunch. Next up is with the event tab. So right here you have the event tab, and keep an eye on the event tab, because the events are very important. It gives you a lot of materials, gives you EXP also, which will be important. It shows you when the raid boss will spawn. If you want to look at the whole, like this, you can look at the whole schedule too. Let's see here if I can find the whole schedule here. I think it's under event calendar right here, so you can see what spawns during different times. These are just normal events, and I think you have like the bigger calendar, if I can find it. Yeah, right here. So you have like the calendar timetable right here, and it can tell you what's going to spawn when, what time it is, if there's an event you're looking for, because some quests require you to do different events and do different things during those events. So you want to be keeping an eye out on when the events are coming, so you guys can do them when they spawn. Next up is, you guys have to remember that blue quests, which is the side quests. You have your codex, right, which is going to be your questing. So if you look here, you have your codex. So the blue quests are these, and these gives EXP, and sometimes you cannot see the blue quest unless you unlock an area. So right here, if I go see at the Carmine Forest, it says use the Carmine Forest waypoint to unlock the region, which means that for me to see some blue quests, if I complete all the side quests, I'm like, yo, I don't have more side quests. Sometimes you have to go and you have to unlock the teleports. So if you unlock the teleport, that will show new blue quests if you're high enough level, of course. So make sure you guys are unlocking the teleports. If I were you guys and you have the time, I would just go around just unlocking all the teleports immediately. But unlocking teleports like Carmine Forest right here, if I unlock this teleport right here, I'll be able to see the quest in Carmine Forest. So this is going to be very important when you get later on, you're struggling to get EXP. You want to be doing this to min-max all the quests that you guys can do. Now the other thing next up is make sure you guys are leveling up your gear, because in this game you have gray gear, right, common, and then uncommon, green, blue, rare, and then epic. And remember, when you guys are doing this, you can feed your gear. So if you go to gear enchanting, if you level up my green gear, right, I can basically feed my gear the old gear I had. So when I get the blue when I get a blue like armor, I can feed this to the blue armor, so none of the materials that you're using go to waste. You can always use them. However, remember, you cannot jump from green. You cannot feed a purple item a green item. You have to feed it a blue one under. So you get, that's why I'm saying make sure you guys are always grinding and crafting. So make sure you're leveling all your pieces when they're green, all the pieces when they're blue, and then you can like transfer it later on, which would be very important, because I'm gonna be honest, guys, the mobs and stuff get tough, so you guys want to make sure that you're leveling up all your gear when you can. Next up is to save your solent, because solent becomes very important later on, and you need to travel. Let's say I want to travel here, the Black Hole Plains. However, traveling here costs me 1,500 gold. However, if I travel to the main cities are always free. So each main city, like even here, let's say I want to travel around this place. I want to go to Crescent Lake. You can teleport to the main city for free, and then you can just glide your way to this place. That way you save spending solent. I always do it like later on when you get like level 50 and you start doing like the end game stuff. You want to be using the free teleports because it costs like 7,000 solid just to travel sometimes. So you want to be traveling to the main cities for free. Take advantage of it. The last thing but not least, you have, if you're like stuck somewhere, anything, you can always hit, I think, B, if I'm not wrong, and B basically takes you to your closest safe spot. So if you're like struggling, you need to get somewhere fast, just hit B. If there's an event starting, for example, you just hit B and you'll go to the safest spot closest to you. But that is my tips, beginner tips. Hopefully they'll help you guys on your adventure. I could do like more advanced tips, but this is just like the beginner tips to help you guys early on at the start. Hopefully you have a good time playing Throne of Liberty. It's a massive game. You guys enjoy it. If you guys want to know my full opinion on it, make sure you guys watch my 100 hours review on the game. If you want our questions about the pay to win in the game, you guys can watch my pay to win video and game review. So thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck on your Throne of Liberty adventure. Take it easy. Check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time.